Hey, hi, hello, welcome. I'm Jamie. This is Whimsical Thread Creations. You've been invited into my chaos, so here we are. I have been wanting to make YouTube videos for ages now. However, I have never learned how to properly edit like long form videos. So I've been putting it off. As one does, I've been putting it off. However, recently, my very good friend Nees, who henceforth will be known as Editor Nees, has very graciously agreed to helping me with editing these videos. So I am actually going to be making videos for realsies, thanks to Editor Nees, who is helping me with everything. We love Editor Nees in this house. So thank you to them. And yeah, so welcome for the first time to Jamie doing something that they actually want to do. Okay, so now that I have fixed my lighting as best I can at the moment, I want to talk about beanies, okay? Because those of you who know me will know I am a beanie fiend, okay? I learned recently how to knit in the round, okay? I've been learning how to knit for a while. Recently, I've made the jump into knitting in the round, and I made this bad boy. It's a chunky beanie. It is chunky, squishy. I chose red and green specifically so I could see both of the strands because I'd never knit in the round, and I'd also never knit with two strands of yarn at the same time before when I made this bad boy. So, I made this beanie. Loved it. Flew off my needles. Not just because it's a chunky knit beanie. It's 8mm needles to make it so like it went fast. I was also just having so much fun. I was having so much fun knitting this beanie. So I made another one. I made this one. This is the one that I wear literally almost every day when I leave my house to go to work because it is cold. Okay, that's this bad boy right here. It's in Big Twist Living in the color Fun Brights. I'm like 99% sure it's Fun Brights. Don't quote me on that. Or do quote me on that. I don't know. But I made this one. And then I was like, you know what? I still have enough left. What if I make another one? And so I did. I made one without the brim, one with the brim. They are the same size. This one's just been worn more, so it doesn't want to stay pretty. It doesn't want to stay pretty like this one because I've worn this one more. So you know the bottom ribbing here is obviously more stretched out because this is the part that goes around like your head, you know, to put it on. So obviously it stretches a little bit. That's how it works. This one does not have a brim. It is just a beanie. However, it is very fun and very, very nice. I do think that I would have had enough yarn to make two of them with the brim here. I think I would have had enough yarn for that. I'm not 100% sure about that because obviously I didn't try. But I'm pretty sure I would have had enough yarn to make both of these with my tension, which I don't know if it's good tension, bad tension, crazy tension. Who knows? Not me. I'm not an expert knitter. My award is in crochet for a reason. Thank you. I'm not an expert knitter. I am, however, a beanie fiend. For sure. So, after I had the joy of knitting these two beanies, I then had the brilliant stroke of genius when I was looking through my yarn stash to try and figure out what kind of beanie I wanted to knit next, because I was knitting another beanie. Thank you. It was happening. I found pink in my stash, and I have nothing against the color pink. I just don't wear it because like I have very pink undertones in my skin, so it makes me look more like broken out than I already am all the time. I have bad skin, man. Like I've had bad skin my whole life. It looks pink, and like I don't want more pink to make me look more pink. You're up and stuff. But I knitted this pink beanie, and this is not one that I've worn or anything like that. It's just pink, and it's a nice neutral with the white, and then the pink, right? So I was like, what if I make more of these? And when I go to sell them, I sell them as like you choose your neutral base, you add your fun solid color, and then you have a two-tone beanie, right? So I was like, okay, well, let's see how this works. So I went and toodalooed my way to the store, got myself some neutrals, because I had the white and the pink already when I made this hat. I had them from other projects, from other things that I was doing. I had them already, so I could make this one without store perusing. Me and Joanne's were besties, however, she takes my money every time I go in there, so, I try not to go in there too often. And so I get my colors, I get what I need, I drop my beanie on the floor, apparently, and things are going great, things are going good. I figure I have probably like 2/3 of a skein left, half a skein left of the pink. So we start knitting this bad boy, which I'm still knitting, as you can see. But this one is pink and black, which is a different neutral. Genius. And so I'm thinking that I will have enough left. I'm not going to do this while I talk. I'm thinking and hoping that I have enough left from when I knit this one that I will be able to do a third one with the pink and like a nice gray, because I also picked up a nice gray. Now I'm using Big Twist for all of this. I'm using the Big Twist value because beanies, in my opinion, should be washable, and the easiest yarn to wash besides cotton, which is not great for this kind of hat, would be acrylic, and that's what I want. I want it to be able to be washed without any problems, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes my hair is greasy and I put on a hat and then the hat needs to be washed. That's life, And so yeah. I'm thinking about doing these two-tone beanies, and I want feedback, I want input. I want to see if other people are understanding the vision. So, y'all let me know in the comments. Are we here for the two tones? Are we here for it or not? What are we thinking? Let me know. So, on the topic of beanies, right? Another thing that I'm wanting to do is make these chunky beanies in like fun multicolors. Now, I already have the listing up on my Etsy, which is where I'm doing most of my selling besides like in-person stuff. That's just like word of mouth, friends, family vibes, right? So, with all of that being said, I want to do the same like chunky beanie vibe with these like ombres. I think what color is this one actually? Blue ombre. Look at me go. Yeah, so like I want to use these ombre colors because I really like them, and I picked up a bunch of them because of the, Joanne's might be dying thing. I picked up a bunch of them and I want to make these also. Like I feel like the ombre would look really cool and like really interesting, and it would be, each hat is unique, which is really fun and really cool, and so I really want to do that. And then like on my listing for the other kind of beanies that I'm doing, which are the ones using the Big Twist Living, um, like this one. Yeah, on the ones using the Big Twist Living, I specifically have them posted as like subtle pride ones, because when you knit up the Big Twist Living pride colors, or when you crochet them, because I have them listed as crochet beanies also, like I have crochet beanies listed for those colors also, but when you knit them up or when you crochet them up, it doesn't necessarily look exactly like one-to-one with what the flag looks like for any of the colors. Like it doesn't look exactly like that. And I think that it's good and important to have subtle pride options for those of us who may not be able to have overt pride options as something that is safe or accessible to us. So I have the subtle pride beanies up. I also have an option for people who want to be able to order a mystery beanie that is mystery, so they can say, oh look, it says it could be any color, like it could be anything, and it's really the one that they said they wanted, I guess. Just because, like, sometimes people live in unsafe situations but they still want a little piece of something, and they can just be like, it's a fun color, you know. I've done that. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. And I think that the knitted beanies are also just fun, and I like them, and they're interesting, and like, yeah. I'm also excited because I have wooden buttons coming in the mail to put on my beanies when I sell them. Instead of having product tags, I'm having these wooden buttons that I'm gonna sew on real quick. They are custom buttons. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited for them. I think that it'll be nicer for me personally, instead of having product tags, to have those, because I want my stuff to be able to be like, I want it to be able to go through the ringer and still be fine, basically. So I have buttons coming and I'm very excited. I will do an unboxing when they get here. I'm so excited for these buttons. I'm so excited. Okay. So on today's episode of Jamie is a Little Bit Type A, I have decided that I'm going to catalog all my yarn. And for those of you who aren't aware, I have a lot of yarn. I ended up asking almost exclusively for yarn for Christmas from my family, because I have a big boy job, and anything else I want I usually can just get for myself without too much issue. However, that does mean that I currently have quite the stash. And I need some way to catalog like what I have, what I don't have, what I actually make with that yarn, all that good stuff. So I've broken out the laptop, first of all, which I have not broken out this bad boy in probably like 6 or 7 months. Like it's been a hot minute. Because usually I just use my iPad. Like I do have an iPad that I usually use for like writing, sometimes drawing or whatever. But I do also have my Surface Pro laptop that I got, and I do like it. I enjoy it. I use it sometimes, less now, I guess. But I've decided I'm going to make a Google Sheet, and my Google Sheet is very organized, to say the least. I will try to remember to send our lovely editor Nees some screen recordings or like pictures of my spreadsheet here, because I feel like, if I do say so myself, I've done a thing, as some people may say. I feel like I've done something good with my time, and this will also give me an excuse to go through everything that I actually use, like, for the business, versus things that I have that are in my stash that are just, like, for me, for fun, for some time. Because I do have stuff that's just for me, for funsies, for whenever I happen to get to it. So, it'll be nice to have, like, an actual count of what's business yarn, what's not business yarn, and then I can also move the, like, for fun yarn into my closet and keep it in there, where, like, I know I'm not going to use it very much, so I can keep it elsewhere, and hopefully, like, use my little cart here a little bit better, because I have it organized right now to have, like, my fancier yarns and then other, basically, because my first 2 shelves are just, like, bamboo blend yarn. Most of it is, actually, let me look. What is in here? Oh, let's see here. Most of it is this. It's Loops and Threads Silky Soft Rayon from Bamboo. And I have a couple, or I guess I only have one that's done, but I made myself a shawl that it's just like a granny stitch triangle shawl that I wear, like, at work all the time, and I really like it. So I went and got a bunch of different colors to make more of them, and then I just haven't yet. I just haven't had the time yet. And I think that I also have some Hobby Lobby yarn that I was gifted. That's, like, the same bamboo blend, basically. Because all my homies hate Hobby Lobby. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should use those for stuff that I'm, like, actually working on, or I don't know, like, I feel like there's a better use of my drawer situation, which I will show at some point, but not at the moment, because my room is a hot mess. So that's what we're working with, that's what we're going for. Like I said, Editor Knees will be receiving at least something or other to throw up the show that I am a little bit too type A. Because I feel like that is something that they need in their life, and something that y'all need in your lives. For sure, for sure, for sure. That's where we're at. Hey, hi, hello, welcome. It's a new day. Same video. New day. That's how vlogs work, usually. So, I've been busy. I've been very busy. And in that, I mean, I've been watching a god-awful amount of one of the Twitch streamers that I watch their VODs on YouTube, because I don't watch the VODs on Twitch. I watch, like, live on Twitch, no problem, but I don't like their VODs. So, as I've shown before, we have our pink and our white. I think it's actually Big Twist Magenta, but we have our pink and our white. It's very pretty. It's very feminine. It's very nice. It reminds me of my friend Raven, actually, like the color scheme, but that's besides the point. So, earlier, I showed approximately this much of this, and now it is done. It has been sewn. It is all finished and ready to go, and it's all squishy and perfect. Perfect. I'm also very happy with the fact that they are actually, like, the same size here, like, properly, which just makes me happy. Like, I just like that they are actually the same size, and I actually had that consistency, which I'm not necessarily surprised about, because like with the excuse me, what I'm not necessarily surprised that they are actually the same size, because the award that I won for my crochet is more or less because I am incredibly consistent in my stitches. And personally, I afford that 100% the way I learned, because I went through and I stitched, frogged, and restitched the same skein of yarn over and over and over again with all my basic stitches until I could do them perfectly every single time. That's not to say I don't still make mistakes and stuff, but my goal was getting in the repetition so I had the muscle memory, so like I can do a million single crochets or a million half doubles or a million doubles or a million whatever all in a row, and they'll all be the same. Like I sat and I went through and I made flat sheets of single crochets, double crochets, treble crochets, half double crochets, like it just over and over and over and over and over again until my tension was consistent, my edges were even, and all of my stitches looked the same. I have not done that with knitting. I've done some stuff like that, but I have not done it to that extent with knitting. Like I have a different system, basically. And in doing that, I more or less learned the way that the yarn that I usually use likes to act, and how to make it do what I want it to do, even if I'm not using it in the way that I normally would in terms of like doing crochet that I'm much more well versed in than knitting. However, knitting in the round makes me ungodly amounts of happy. I don't know what it is, but knitting in the round makes me so happy. And like this, it is pink again. It's the same magenta, but I'm doing it with gray because my plan is to have the 3 base neutral colors and then a fancy fun other color in there with them. I have a few other plans and ideas for stuff in that, like, I can't think of the word, in that area of stuff. However, this is the first one I'm doing, and before I forget again, I'm going to cut my cast on tail because I keep forgetting to do that, and it annoys me when my cast on tail, even though I usually like doing the long tail cast on, is surprise long, because then I can just have these and I can tie them to secure them and then weave them in later, because that's the way I like to do it. And I should have absolutely plenty of my magenta big twist here to finish making this hat. If it's starting to get close, when I get around, I think it's 7.5 inches for, oh, I don't have that hat up here anymore. I lied, I was going to show an example, but I can't. But when I get to about 7.5 inches, that's when I stop it for the kind without a brim. And if it's getting close and like maybe might not have enough yarn, I'll probably just stop at that point and then have that one as like an example of what the ones without the brim looks like. But I have a surprising amount of yarn left. I always forget that knitting takes up so much less yarn than crochet does, because crochet takes up a lot of yarn. Like, I don't know. I always forget that, like, even though I'm doing something with, like, bigger needles, it's very chunky, it's still taking up less yarn than if I would be doing the same sort of thing if I was crocheting it, which I know for a fact, because I can get about 1 hat from a skein of the Big Twist Living. But like with the so with the crochet that I do beanies from, I can do about one beanie per one skein of Big Twist Living. And with knitting these specific beanies, I can get two beanies out of two, well, I can get two beanies out of two skeins, but I'm also using them a little differently. So it's not quite the same, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to make the point that I'm trying to make. I hope that somebody understands. Editor Knees, I hope that you understand what I'm going for here. But I'm very happy with where things are at right now. I'm very happy with what's going on. I'm excited to be able to like launch these. I think that they're going to go over at least fairly well, I should hope. The only thing that I don't like about this one right now is this. This is where my center pole for my big Pound Plus cake scheme. This is not a cake. It's where my the big Pound Plus is the Yarnussi is, and it is not a very nice center pole. My other two of the neutrals, the black and the white, they have really nice center poles, and this one just doesn't. So I will check back in when I finish or get close to finishing this gray beanie. Okay, we're doing tiny update before bed and then actual update tomorrow when I finish, but I've gotten 7 inches done. I need to get to 11 and then it'll be done, but I am sleepy and I'm not going to do any more tonight. So we've made it to 7 inches on our pink and gray. We're getting better. We're getting closer. We're almost there. Okay, so I have some updates. First things first, I did mention that I was going to do an unboxing when I got these. However, my grandma was here and she wanted to see them before she left, so I unboxed them with her instead. Don't kill me. However, I have buttons now. They say Whimsical Thread Creations on them. There we go. They say Whimsical Thread Creations on them. And the way that I'm using them is like product tags. So instead of having like an actual tag that says Whimsical Thread Creations on it, I just have a cute little button. And it doesn't affect anything about the stretchiness of the hat or anything like that, which is perfect. Because most of the stuff that I sell, you don't need a product tag for. Like if you're getting a cheap keychain, it's not going to need a product tag because it's just like it's just a little keychain. But I'm very happy because not only did I get the tag put on my black and pink beanie, I also got it put on my white and pink beanie, and I not only finished this lovely pink and gray beanie, which a few people in my Fiber Art server said looks kind of purple, like it's giving purple, but I also got the tag on there. It's not through both layers, it's just through the one. So if you want to, you know, fold it down or anything like that to make it longer, you definitely can. But this means that I have all 3 beanies all the way done, and I'll be listing them soon. By the time this actually gets posted, they will be listed. I'm very excited for it. I feel like it's going to go well. I have having positive thoughts put into the universe about this. Now, as for my buttons, I will say the people I got them from are very, very nice. They printed off this little thing that says "Thank you, Jamie" on it, and then they also have these It's like a business card, but it's made from the same wood that the buttons are made out of, and it's really cool. I will leave the link for them in the description. If I don't, feel free to harass me in the comments so I can give it to you, because they did really well. The turnaround was really fast. Honestly, the price wasn't bad. I was expecting to pay more than I did, and I'm very happy with what I got. The only thing I will say is that my dog was really interested in the wood, so if you also have a baby dog, maybe be aware of that. And they do send you 2 little packets. This little packet, one of the things that they did is they do samples to make sure, like, you did actually choose the font that you, like, it's gonna work the way you think it will. So they included those ones in the little package, and then your actual order in the bigger package. They do come stapled together on this little thing. This is Warehouse Industries on it, because that's the Etsy shop that I got them from. They do have a Facebook. I don't have a Facebook, but they do. So if you do, you can follow them if you want to. But yeah, they were really, really nice. They didn't have any problems with anything. They made sure everything was spelled right, and I, like, actually liked what was going on before I ordered them, so I'm very happy, very pleased. I think that, when the time eventually comes that I need more, I will be ordering from them again. It took, like, 5 days from the time I ordered them for them to get to me. Like, literally, the night that I ordered them, they messaged me to make sure that, like, everything was good. Sort of vibe. So I'm very, very happy with everything there. I'm happy with my hats. You will be seeing updated pictures in my Etsy shop shortly, because I need to get tags on my other hats, my button tags here, and you'll be seeing updated pictures about that for those. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I feel so good. I keep touching my hair because I just got out of the shower, but I'm so happy. I feel like this is a good thing. And I've even started the third kind of beanie that I want to put in my shop, which are just these, like, multicolor ones. This one's actually already been sold. One of my work colleagues, I sent her a picture of this one because she was like, "Oh, what are you working on?" Because she also does fiber arts, and she was curious. So I showed her, and she was like, "That one's coming home with me, actually." So as soon as I get the listing up for these ones, she will be getting this one, because she's gonna customize it just a tiny bit. So those are my updates. I'm very happy with where things are at. Like I said, you can go to my Etsy shop and see, like, all the updated everything. You can go to my Etsy shop and see all the updated everything if you would like to. I will leave the Etsy shop that I got my buttons from in the description for y'all if you would like some fancy custom buttons yourself. And I think that's going to be it for this video, this first vlog. So we're going to give one more round of applause and thank you to Editor Knees. And I'm going to remind you for the first time ever to like, subscribe, leave me some comments. Let me know what works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like. Let me know if you like my beanies. Just yap with me in the comments, and I will see all of you at the next one.